slowly but surely. It's preparing.
Uh,
Alrighty, you should be all set.
All right. Welcome everyone to this special board meeting, this January 27th for the Webster Groves School District. Please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic
for which
which it
it
stands,
one
one nation,
nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Man, I had forgotten how awkward it was doing it that way with all of us talking into our mics. All right. Has everyone had a chance to review the agenda? If they have, I would entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
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 Anybody opposed? All right. The agenda is approved. So on to reports from superintendent and staff and several bids and things from Jacob. Mr. Myers.
First, I just wanted to thank you all for being accommodating. We're kind of in that season of construction where the earlier we can get things approved, the quicker we can get things ordered. And that way we can make sure that everything's rolling as we head into that summer schedule. So I just really appreciate you guys taking the time to meet with us. I'll go relatively quick. Our first item on the agenda is the Clark Playground project. We did put that out to bid. We had a pre-bid meeting and vendors were requested to submit a playground layout and a cost that they thought that the PTO and Clark Elementary would appreciate. Those were all reviewed by the PTO, district staff, and administration. And they ultimately decided that Fry and Associates offered the best selection. And they were selected for the bid. So that's our recommendation. They worked together to create a true rendering of what they want the project to look like. Funding for this project will include $38,000 from Prop S that was set aside specifically for accessibility. And then $15,800 from the operating budget for erosion control. So this is a project that we had on our list to complete already. And it's right in the same playground space. So they'll be able to do that work while they do the playground, but it wasn't really right to pass that cost on to the PTO since it was a district initiated project. And then the remainder of the funds will be provided by the Clark PTO.
All right. Any questions for Mr. Myers about this project? If not, I would entertain a motion to approve. It is in your board packet if you need the wording.
Trying to pull it up.
I make a motion, we approve the Clark Playground project as presented.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
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 Anybody opposed? All right, that carries. Mr. Myers, on to the service center.
Okay. So this is a relatively small project at the service center. The purpose of the project is really to add an additional conference room since we're utilizing that large space for so much professional development. We're finding that the one conference room is hard to accommodate both Thrive or all three things: Thrive, professional development, and the facilities and technology team that work there. So we went out to bid. We worked with Honer Architects to put together a relatively small design that would add a conference room and then multiple offices in the main lobby area. So we're asking for you to approve the $56,500 project with Wolf Building Companies.
All right, any questions about this project for Mr. Myers? If not, you know what I'm looking for.
I can't pull the wording up, but if I can do what Joe said and make a motion to approve the project as presented. Happy to
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
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 Anybody opposed? All right, that carries. And finally, on to the Ambrose Playscape.
So this one has been a long time coming. I know that the initial work was started almost 18 months ago. A large group was put together to kind of create a master planning of what Ambrose Playscape would look like in its multiple phases. We were able to put that bid out prior to leaving for winter break, and we had a bid opening on January 21st. We received 4 proposals, which were open publicly. A formal post-bid interview was conducted with the lowest responsive bidder. There was a significant difference between the lowest bidder and the second lowest bidder. It was still above the budget that we really felt comfortable with, so we were able to work with the vendor to reduce the costs by an additional $50,000. Most of that was through landscaping, so looking at the size of the trees that would be planted, the amount of shrubbery, we were able to kind of shrink that down and just let that grow naturally. So we were able to save that $50,000. After the interview and reference checks, we've decided to recommend Focal Point Outdoor Solutions to the Board of Education. A lot of work was done to select the play equipment for Ambrose that tied into their desire to kind of be a more natural based play. So this is wood-oriented playground equipment, and Focal Point is actually the certified installer in the area for that equipment, so we can make sure that the warranty is maintained and that it's installed according to the manufacturer's specifications. The project will be funded through accumulated revenue earnings from preschool program. Prop S had some accessibility, so this will make that entire back part accessible with an accessible ramp going from that back entrance all the way down to the parking lot. And then the remainder through the capital projects fund.
All right, any questions for Mr. Myers about the Playscape at Ambrose? Hearing none.
I'll make a motion to approve the contractor agreement with Focal Point Outdoor Solutions for the Ambrose Playscape Project Phase 1 in the amount of $804,424.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
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 Anybody opposed? All right. That carries. The final thing on the agenda is it's the consent agenda, which we have the personnel report. Any objections to the personnel report? Hearing none, that is approved. And I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anybody
Aye.
opposed?